Okay. All right. Hello, and sorry for the little lateness. I am Nimi81, also known as Maya, with my co-host Kenny.
KM 1997.
Yes, we are supposed to be joined by Sir Dragon and Jeremy H likes food,
Jeremy
but
H.
they're a little running late, so we're just going to start without them. We are back for another season of Z Big Brother, in which I'm actually very excited to talk about because last time I really didn't have a lot of knowledge on the cast. This time, I think we both have better knowledge on the cast. So I think this is going to be actually a productive cast assessment. But before we do get onto the cast assessment, we do have to talk about just the nature of the season itself when they immediately released the promos. ZBB14 is dubbed ZBB14 Coaches. What is like initial reactions when you saw those coaches, Kenny?
Wait, what did you say?
Your initial reactions to when ZBB14 was revealed to be a coaches theme season.
I think I think with at first I wasn't a fan of it, but then when seeing the cast, like I am a fan of it because I do believe a lot of these players, minus like one or two, they could use some coaching. So I do think it'll work. The only thing that will ruin it, in my opinion, is if the coaches get to play, which I think would be the worst decision possible. The coaches do not need to play at all.
I would agree that I would not want to see the coaches play, but I would like to see the coaches have some sense of power and not just be there and giving their little insight. It was some power would be interesting. It will shake the game up, unless there's another twist that will be involved, according to the coaches. But with that, let us get to our first person. Just let me know when you can see. All right.
Yeah, I can see it.
Our first housemate is 10 Men 10. Hold on. Let me get this a little better.
Neem, I just used.
What do you see on the screen?
Yeah, I see 10 Man, but I just used this same PowerPoint format for a presentation I did. So, like, that's funny.
So, hey, do you just see 10 Men or do you see like everything else?
I see it all. I see the entire time.
That doesn't work. Okay. 10 Men. I know 10 Men for I think a while now. Ever since I played an Anon with him. I know that he's actually a very smart and strategical player, so I'm actually very interested to see him play ZBB. He played the cage before, and he won the cage. So that's kind of similar to ZBB, which is also like that's something good to go into the game knowing that you won already a public game, so you could possibly do it again. That's something good to know. I mean, there's nothing really bad about Tin Man. I feel like from the game that we both played together, the way that he strategized is smart. He doesn't make himself a big strategy person. He's very logical and understanding when there's other people, and he stands for himself. Or this is just my opinion of him from the games that I've played with him. But you played with him before, have you, Kenny?
I played with him like a while ago. Not like I haven't played with him for a while, but I think if Tin Man would have been passed over for this season, I would have been like so over ZBB because I think him being passed over last season, that was like, a slap in the face because he was better than most of them and he's better than most of these players, if we're being honest. So I was like kind of upset because I really didn't think he was going to get picked, but I am glad he did.
For a cast that for the season that is being coaches, and you did say that you like some people on this cast deserves to be coach. Does that mean doesn't mean like this. Yeah, this is cast supposed to be full of people who need to be coached. Because Tin Man is a person who doesn't need to be coached. He has his own way of playing games, and he has his own way of going about things that actually works.
The most important part of it is the public aspect. So maybe that's what he needs to be coached on, but that's probably it, because I think he's
won the public over already in another public game.
I don't think he has, but we'll see. But I think that's that'll be his only challenge, is the public aspect. But the rest, I think he'll do fine with. Unless he's like, a house enemy, then maybe we'll see.
I do see him being nominated very early on. I see it because I feel like he's a good player, and when you're a good player in ZBB, you're targeted immediately. But hopefully, he gets a good grip on the public, because how I see it is that it's best to have a public game while playing your own game. And I do agree, maybe that's what Tim needs to do. He needs to have a public game while being the strategic person that he is. Do you see him going far? Do you see him being targeted very early and going out early?
I don't think he will get targeted early, but I do think he will. I think there's a lot of people that will start the necessary drama, and of course, those are the people that's targeted first. And I don't see him being one of those people, so I do think he would go. I do think he will go far. I hope he does go far. Like, if I had in a perfect world for me, Tin Man would win. If we're being honest, like the F3 would be Tin Man, Mix, and AO7 Strand. In a perfect world for me, that would be the finals with Tin Man winning.
Already a winner pick, okay.
Well, no, he's not. He's not. Okay. Don't say that.
Okay. Well, going on to our second housemate, Matthew M. Sloth. Now, I personally do not know who Matthew M. Sloth is, but I did get to talk to him a little bit today, and he seems like a nice person. Do you know him?
The only game I played with him was in the Avatar game where we just.
Okay. Well,
Shay. He's someone. I think he's someone that uses the Zwooper lingo, and that might be why he's very well liked. But if you ask me, I think the Zwooper lingo is pretty gross and disgusting, so it's not really bonus points for me. I don't know how well of a player he is.
I don't know either, but I mean, what I feel is that I probably don't know him is because he joined the site August 15th, 2016. So he's kind of new.
He's like Tavian's boyfriend or something.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he's this season's Tav. But I mean, I was a fan of Tab, so I can see Tab in him actually, like the little underdog that no one really knows about, and he seems like, from what he wrote in his little snippet, that he's a sweetheart. He seems like a nice person.
I'm not saying he's not like a nice guy or anything. I don't think he's like a dick or like a cunt or anything. I think he's most likely a nice person. I just don't like the way he speaks and the whole I'm dead and all that, I'm fainting or whatever words they use.
He said that?
No, just the way I've seen him speak is it's not a way. It's like the stereotypical Zwooper user, the way they speak.
No.
But if he were to go far, I would not have a problem with that. The way I did not want Tavian to go far last season, I would not have a problem with Matthew going far. It's fine.
I think that Matthew is destined to go far.
Yeah, I think he will as well.
I wouldn't mind it. I feel
His Abby is
I like
pretty
his
nice too.
personality.
I'll give him that.
Yeah,
His Abby is pretty nice. I'll give him that.
it's all right. You got the little
No,
nice
I
little
think
Lucy
it's
haircut.
nice, Abby. Let's just be honest.
Okay, well, um, well, if that's lit, you think that I feel he's going far. So we both said that. But with that, let's go to our third housemate. And sorry for my PowerPoint. I don't know. It keeps going back to freaking Tim. Is it keep going back to Tim to you? Do you see Tim right now?
I have to. I don't know what's going on. My Skype is acting retarded like it normally does.
Okay.
So it's like in my way right now. But Tim did keep coming back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I have to stay on this because that's just ugh. All right. So our next housemate.
I see XCQQD now. Student.
Yes.
Studa.
Now, I'm just going for the viewers. The username is ST, all those little letter numbers. I don't even want to pronounce them. But her
X, I got it. XSTQQD.
Yeah, we call it Studa. We gonna call it Studa for short. The first game I played with Studa, I was a Eagle maniac, and I didn't give her 2 flying craps, and then she blindsided me with my own allies. And so and then she laughed at me in my face about it, and that was just like a birth of a beautiful friendship between me and Studa. I think that Studa is a funny person, in my opinion, of game players. I don't know best about her gameplay, but I feel like she's a fun person to play with. You've played with Studa before. I'm pretty sure you have.
Like once or twice, yeah.
You still play with her. What are your opinions on Studa?
I am a fan. I think Studa, which I don't like that name actually, but XSTQQD, I think she'll do well. And I hope the she is a she, and I hope this isn't another,
Well, I mean,
of those cases.
It's 2017. Who cares if it's a she or not? But
I care because there's no reason to lie. That's why I care. I hope Studa does go far though.
Strategy though, I feel like from her part, she lays low.
Strategy. I think she's one of the best.
What, Kenny? You're going out. Kenny.
What?
Talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, well you're a little having some technical difficulties. Just talk when you can talk. But Studa, from what I just know, she does lay low. She lays low, and she doesn't really have to make a splash immediately. But when she's in trouble, the girl will make a splash. And when it comes to ZBB, it's every day is a new round. So either she'll get targeted very early, or she'll get targeted further down the line. But I'm actually very interested to see how she handles that, because that's what it's going to do for Studa, or at least for me in support, is how she handles being targeted, because that's what I know her best about, how she gets herself from not being targeted to being actually controlling the game. And she says there that she's an underdog, and I do see her as an underdog. And from the past 2 complete seasons, not ZBB12 that was canceled, that the underdogs of those 2 seasons, ZBB11 and ZBB12, actually ZBB13, went far and almost won. Kind of throwing a little bit of hello to me and Jeremy. But can you talk now, Kenny? Or is your crap still messed up? Okay. Well, he literally, come on, Kenny, you messing it up and it's live. Okay. Next to the next housemate, who I also just met today, but I love his personality, the guy. Now, I've seen the guy around, but I really don't, I'm not a social person, so I don't talk to people that I really don't play games with. But I know that he's a popular guy, or at least he seems very popular. And I talked to him today, and I seen his little BB Canada audition, which just that whole thing there gave me support. He got my support by that whole little video because he's actually he seems like a very funny guy and a very nice guy, and I don't really know him strategy wise, but just personality wise, I would vote to save him because he seems just like a good person. And when you're in a public, you're either voting on who you like or who's playing the better game.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with my laptop. I kind of want to like break it in half. Phone now. Who was the last person you did?
I did Studa, but we are.
Okay, I'll do. Okay, so got to yeah.
All right, you can talk about the guy.
Okay, the guy. I think he'll do well. I am a fan of the guy. I think he's a very good player and everything. I don't think he has the public support that he would probably want because I don't think he's really that well known. But if he can pull like can stay off the block for a while, I think he'll do very well. And he has to block, of course, because that would help him. But I do think the guy would do well.
I feel like, I said it. I think that I don't know him strategy wise. So I can't really say that, he's going to do well strategy wise, but personality wise, I don't see how anyone can get along with him.
Yeah, no, he's actually like very nice. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Something about him reminds me to Wolfwood because I talked to him today, and he reminds me.
Don't like. I think that's kind of disrespectful to the guy to compare him to Wolfwood because Wolfwood is kind of condescending in games, so I wouldn't.
I just feel like Wolfwood. Wolfwood to me had a very good personality, and he morphed well into the ZBB14 game.
Debatable.
Until,
Debatable.
Well, okay. From my opinion, Wolfwood had a good game until everyone realized that he had a good game, and that's what I see about the guy. He might have a good game until everyone realizes it, and then that's when he gets targeted. Or you don't agree with me?
I mean, yeah, that could possibly happen. Yeah, and he doesn't have the public support that Wolfwood had, in my opinion. So
I felt like he's not popular. I felt like he was popular.
Who, the guy?
Yes.
The guy is not. I don't think he is, at least.
Okay. Well, he's popular more than me, that's for sure. I've seen him around before I was even known on the site. Do you think that he will go far with a cast like this? Does he need coaching? Because, answer both of them.
I think for most of these people, they need coaching in some aspect, whether it be public or like in game or just doing what's best for them. I think he needs more coaching in like the public aspect of it than anything else.
Obviously, I think a lot of people need coaching in the public aspect. Which, if Doodle, you're watching, cast me as a coach because that was good public game. But other than that, I feel like.
Why would you do that? Because that's like a heated topic between you and I that we don't need to get into.
We're gonna get onto it in the super chat when we talk about that later. But
let's move forward. Okay.
But Jeremy says he's coming. Well, while Jeremy comes, we'll be moving on to the next. The next housemate. Jeremy, hello. Okay, you're not gonna speak. Well, while we wait for Jeremy to announce his presence, our next housemate is A07 Strand, aka Andrew. Now, me and Andrew has not had the best, how long? 20 days, basically. The best past 20 days with each other. So I'm going to let you talk about Andrew first before I go talk about Andrew.
I think Andrew, I don't know how to explain it really. I think Andrew is much better. Like he's a much nicer person than his little break. I think he
Oh, and I didn't. I mean,
the one thing because the one game I played with him, he like completely flipped out on me because I mentioned Joey's name. And I think that's something like if someone mentions his ally, like when people
you
would
don't go
mention,
after Team Pretty, Kenny. What do you
listen,
not know?
listen, when people mention P Joy's name in ZB11, retained it, and I think that's what it has to be. Like I understand being loyal, but do not burn bridges with other people just because they mention someone else's name. And I think that's
I completely agree with that, and I think our
wait. I'm not finished.
okay. Sorry,
Don't be rude.
you hurry up then.
I think I think Andrew can do really well. I think him getting 16th as the BB9 was complete evicted him. I think it's still complete bullshit. So
I'm
I do think he has. Like I would not mind seeing Andrew win, and I would not be surprised if he were to win either.
hmm. He is a returnee, but I mean, the first season he was first out, so I feel like he will go definitely with a cast like this. He'll go far further, but for what you said about him and being so loyal, and he burnt bridges so fast, it was kind of more so in a way of your text. He did the same thing with me in the past 20 days, but it was way differently, which is what I'm very interested in seeing how he plays this game. And where the last game that I think the last and the first real game that I played with Andrew, we both clicked it off. I like his personality, and he comes off as a game player. He
can
is
be very nice. He can be very nice.
yeah.
Like,
He's a nice person. He gets his forces, his army. He gets he gets all what he needs. And then when you kind of want to play the game for yourself is when Andrew gets a little bit.
I think that's what most of the big players like him and Wills and people like them, like they want you to play their game, which is something they have to like relax on.
He has kind of like he definitely has to back that up because I'm not even going to get deep into it, but he wanted to do something that I didn't want to do, and then when it came back to him that I didn't want to do it, he turned it on me to get rid of me because I didn't want to do it, and then he did it after I was gone, if that makes sense. So I feel like that.
Do you remember when I idle when I
Which one? You idled me out?
I had Andrew to stay in, and you were in.
You laughing does not help me understand what the hell you're talking about.
It was like a while ago. I idled to use the idle on AO7 string.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't necessarily want you out, but that's who they voted. And I just wanted to use my idol successfully. That's why you were evicted.
Well, I personally do not. Okay, nope. Now I remember. That's why I was mad at you. Okay, yeah. Now, see, I remember now. But going back onto Andrew, I feel it's hard to say if he plays a good game or a bad game. Andrew has to get his stuff together. He cannot be the Andrew that I know, the Andrew that is
I agree.
Very fierce and strong and wants to lead. And if you don't follow his thing, you're out the door. Because there's 15 other people who wants to be the same thing. You're not going to get a floater unless you're best Kate current NG. You're not going to get a floater to get under
Don't be a kite. Don't be a kite. That's all nice thing to
It's
say.
fine. It's fine. I call him a floater all the time to his face. It's fine. But we'll get on to him later. But where do you place Andrew?
I do think he'll do better than he can only do better than his last time. I think he'll do very well. I do think he'll do very well.
I do hope that he does very well because I feel that this is a redemption for him.
He deserves it. Yeah, he deserves it.
Our next housemate will be Congo Wongo,
Congo Wongo.
which is an iconic
Let's just say
username, and he was
Congo.
robbed from I Love Money All Stars. Was he? Was he on All Stars or was he robbed from
He
it?
was not on All Stars.
Yeah.
Congo Wongo screwed me in a choices game, in Johnny's choices game. He screwed me like no other person has ever screwed me by self-evicting and not telling anyone that he was going to self-evict. He screwed me. I just want to get that out there. That Congo
How do
Rongo
you self
screwed me.
evict in a choices?
No, because he was quitting this. He was quote unquote quitting the site, but he didn't quit. But anyway, he was quitting the site, and he didn't say that he wanted to get evicted or anything. He was supposed to be our fifth vote to get Poppy out, but then EXO Electra was evicted, and so they picked us off one by one. But that's a story for another day.
Yes, that's definitely a story for another day.
I think Congo has the potential to do well. I think he's a level-headed guy, and I think he definitely has the tools to go far.
I haven't really gotten the best chance to play with Congo other than 3 days in Johnny's The Challenge when he voted me out after talking to me about hot dogs. So I think I like his personality. That's something that's big about me is someone's personality. And when it comes to ZBB, you always have to make that connection. Do you like someone's personality? Will this be the person that you want to be your ride or die? And I think that he will have no problem getting people to like him and not target him in the first few days of this game. And I can see him being one of the people who are left unnominated before they get targeted because they're not nominated yet.
Ouch.
Any responses?
No, I agree with you. I think Congo would do well. He's a pretty good person, pretty good guy and everything. He's not he's not really cocky. He's not really, a douchebag or anything. For the first few days, something everyone should try to do is stay out of the drama. The pointless drama that's going to get you nominated. You should try to do. AKA, don't be a Croatia and get 16 from running your mouth so much.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard not to get into the drama though in the first weeks because people come into the game thinking that they need the drama to stay. What we've seen from Croatia and Runaways, that's not the thing. But that is another story for another day about if you want to bring dramatic like that. But no, yeah. What do you feel Congo may need to be coached on?
I think it's public game. It may be his strategic game as well, because he does have a kind of a tendency to if he's behind a bigger player, he will I do think he has a tendency to follow that bigger player to the end. The smartest move on his part. But I think for the most part, he has to be coached on his public game. Because I don't think he's really that.
I think he has public support.
No, he does. I think everyone has public support. But, there's their average popularity and, not so much, not really that popular.
Well, that moves on to you and mine's ex-housemate from ZBB14, TJ Doggy STLYE, because he cannot spell style right.
TJ Doggy Style had me believing that he saved me when he did not. So that that's not really a good memory of them.
I mean,
I think TJ, because I played like 2 games with TJ. I think he's played well in both games. He
the only
won.
yeah,
He won one, and I think had he stayed in ZB11, he would have gone. I don't know how
man,
far he would have
no,
gone,
no.
but
Um,
he
okay,
was with Aether and Tommy,
yeah, he was.
a gross pairing, of course. Those people were disgusting players to play with. I think TJ would
When
do
I
well.
was,
I think TJ, he has to stop the daddy stuff because that's
he
just.
is. I think he's over that.
I hope he is. I really hope he is.
When TJ was in ZBB11 for I think the 3 days that he was completely irrelevant to my game. I really didn't even care for him because I didn't know he wasn't really doing anything except for aligning with Aether and Tommy. And I don't know what would happen with him if he didn't have to tragically remove himself because of a family thing.
Family tragedy. I
Family
really feel
tragedy.
bad. Yeah, yeah. TJ.
Because he didn't want to play the game, and so it sucks that he had to
Yeah,
leave like that. And so
yeah.
so I'm kind of happy for him that he is back. I'm kind of salty though because the 3-season thing isn't over, and they didn't decline my application. But other than that, I feel I want to see the game side of TJ. If anything, if anyone needs to be coached on strategy, I think it's TJ because his mouth is like he wants to have fun, but it's not fun.
Do you think I think you spoke about the 3-season role thing. I think you and I will like unluckily be to play together again, which is something I don't want. Like, not trying to be rude, but I really don't want to play with you again. But
Same back at you.
I do believe we will be placed together.
I told you that me and you are going to be playing on ZBB14 #rivals. That's going to be a fun thing when that happens. But, Jeremy, can you speak? Okay, you cannot. Any last things on TJ?
No, I'm good.
All right. Our next housemate is the one, the only Remix, aka
Oh
Carson.
my lord! Can I go first?
Yes, you can.
I am not a fan of Remix. Remix goes inactive in most of his or her games, whatever whatever it is claiming to be. I think Remix. The only thing that will probably save Remix is the Roblox chat. Other than that, Remix has really nothing to offer.
Okay. Well, that's because I don't
relax.
think you really
Hold
know
on,
him.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I don't think Remix has anything to offer the game. I think Remix will be probably one of the worst players in the entire game.
Nope.
The one game I played with Remix in which he or she or whatever it is went far was when he was pretty much seen as a vote and people wanted to keep him in because they were bigger targets. If he can get that type of scenario, then he will go far. But realize that the Roblox chat will save Remix every time. So Remix should probably go as soon as possible because he's a useless player and none of you really need a Remix to go far.
You have no idea how much I want to talk right now.
You can go.
Okay, you only know the Super Remix. I've got the pleasure to actually know Carson for who Carson really is. Now, what you all maybe not know about Carson.
I played like 3 games with Carson / Remix, and there's nothing special about him.
But Carson has a whole nother personality that's outside of Super, and which is the Survivor Tumblr world. Now, I've recently got into Survivor Tumblr, and Carson, he has established his own name in that world. Every player, there's like regular players of the Survivor Tumblr world. They all know who Carson is. They all respect him. He's won many Survivor Tumblr games, and I've got the pleasure to
Well,
actually
Tumblr
play.
is like a bunch of social justice warriors, which like.
Well, and I got the pleasure to actually play a game with him, which, let's to be fair, I was the reason that he was voted out in the game that we played together. But he is a good game player, and so I mean, when I didn't know him before that, I thought that he was a
Why did I
douchebag,
suck
and
on
he
my
was a.
nipples?
You just be saying the crazy stuff, damn Kenny. But I thought he was annoying before I met the Tumblr side of him. I thought he was a douchebag and he was just egotistical, but he has a reason to be cocky. He's a good player, or in my eyes, he's a really good player. And I do agree, maybe the popularity on Zuper doesn't really count, but he is not a bad player. And Jeremy, you don't have to be afraid to talk. I got this girl voice over here and I'm talking up the storm, so
Yeah,
if
I
you
have a
want to.
woman's voice as well, so you just need to.
No, you do not. Woman's voice, my ass.
That's what I
Okay.
was told.
Anything left to say on Remix? Because apparently you just do not like Remix, and I think that Remix, I like him. Anything he needs to be coached on?
Who, Remix?
Yeah.
Everything. Remix is a shitty player.
I have to disagree with you on that.
Remix isn't gonna do Remix is not gonna do well. Like Sophie stays active, The first time Remix misses a vote, that's where Remix has to go because he's moved on with his life and done something else. So
Sorry, Peach. I'm laughing at Peach's comment.
Peach has been a cunt, and we don't need to talk about that right now. So.
Peach, the ZBB11 winner, that shouldn't have been. But other than that, let's move to
let's not get into that.
Let's move to the next housemate, aka Michael. Oh, you want to go first, or you want me?
I'll go first. I like Mix. He's one of the few. He's like the type of person that I like on Super.
That lip is ugly.
Yeah, I think Mix will. I think Mix can do well. I don't think he has the public support that one will probably want. But I think game wise, I think he's a pretty level-headed guy and everything. I do think they just can't follow themselves. They just can't get themselves in position of house, public enemy number one. The people that the house want out the most. I think that'll be their only downfall. But if not that, then I think they'll do pretty well.
I think I've played many games with Mix. The recent game that I played with Mix was the and I gotta throw this in here, the only group game that I ever won on Super, the Cube of season 11. He was my ride or die. Him and what's his face? Riot. Him and Riot.
Gross.
Those two, they were my ride and die. And then there was Tin Man. Tin Man was the guy who was targeting me and Mix throughout the whole season. From being my ride or die, I actually got to see the game that he plays. He's a very chill guy, but he's not chill guy who knows what he wants, and he doesn't really like let you just walk over. Hold on. What else you have to say on Mix? I have to do something.
I think Mix will do. I think Mix will do pretty well. I think I was actually pretty surprised that he got casted. I was happy he was because I think he's one of the better players. Cast, I think the only thing that he has to worry about is pleasing the public. he can, lie out of his ass, and that'll help him, of course. Whatever strategy he might use, he just needs to please the public. I think if he does that, I think he'll
Yeah,
do pretty well.
I think
My
that
pants are like very loose, and I have on a belt, but I'm like too skinny for the belt.
oh gosh, Kenny, you just gonna be saying the randomest stuff, aren't you? Hashtag stuff Kenny says. I do feel that Mix is going to get the public support from the moves that he does in the game. He doesn't have the public support right now, but he will get it if he does something. And so that's what he needs to do. Jeremy, everyone is urging you to talk. So just give your
Jeremy needs to talk or just kick him.
I mean, just give your quick piece on Mix, and then you don't have to talk for the rest of the show. You can be a stalker.
I think, like, is Jeremy like worried about his voice? Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Only 7 people are watching, Jeremy. I mean that is the truth. Okay, let's move. I want Mix to go far. That's just on personal reasons. Me and Mix, we have a good relationship, or I like to think so. I want him to go far. Our next housemate is Work, aka Funimate, aka whatever other creeping freaking super accounts this guy had.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack, aka Jack. The only thing I really know about him personally is that he has so many freaking super accounts, and he was one of them. I think Funimate was
two. He
was
doesn't
like,
have so many. He has two.
From me, Funimate wasn't his first one, was it?
It was.
It didn't seem like it, because it seemed like he really was on Super before Funimate, and then he made Work. But if either he has 2 or he has 3, it's whatever. I never played the game with him, so I don't know him strategically, but I do know that he's a fun person. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a fun person. It's actually good being a fun person, because then you'll be liked.
The name Jack, the guy that I was probably in love with, and
oh my gosh. Literally, this is hashtag stuff Kenny says. You just go so off topic and just say whatever's on your head.
I mean, his name was Jack, so it's very off topic because we're talking about Jack. So
okay.
I do believe. I don't know how well Funny will do. I don't see him going that far.
This whole little background though with his picture thing is just so amazing though. I'm so proud of myself.
I don't think he has public support, nor is he really an in-game player.
You don't think he has public support? I have to disagree there.
I don't think he has enough to survive to get past 12th place. No, I don't.
Will he go far like that? No, possibly not. Does he have public support? I think so.
I mean, everyone can go far, by the way.
Not everybody can go far. Not everyone.
Because he seems to not realize that.
Is that shade?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's really not.
I mean, if you're watching this work, this is like Brittany all over again. I'm so sorry that we literally know not much about you. I am rooting for you because I like fun people. And I mean, if anything, he has to be one of the people who really needs to be coached.
Yeah.
So he fits into this cast because this is a coach's season where I think this season is really more focused on who the coaches are. We don't really care about the cast. We care about the coaches. And so he is one of these people.
That's a nice thing to say.
Well, I mean, he's just one of the people who needs to be coached, and so he fits into the team.
Why is that TV on?
She's in there
Why is
because she left. Gosh,
I don't put no garbage in this? You know what?
go Kenny.
About what? What are we talking about?
Talk about work.
I do not have really anything to say about him. I don't think Wake will go far. I think he needs help for quarterback. He needs help in a lot of different categories, and like he needs public help, strategic help, just overall help in the game. And hopefully he gets that, but I don't think he will get it in time. And I think he's going to be like a 13th or 14th placer.
Okay. Well, let's move on to our next housemate, Connor, aka Gamer Blitzful.
Oof. Yeah.
I know you know him, but the only game that I played with him was high school, season 7. And what I pick up on him is that he's very quiet. He dominated in the challenges. Like, he was a very good physical player and a very good, I think, strategy wise. He made a lot of decisions in the early game of high school, but he's very quiet. He barely talked to anybody. He barely said a word. He just did the competitions and he voted, and that's it. And that's just like, and from other talks of other people and what they think about him, that's just his personality. He's very quiet what he does. And I think that's going to be a little bit of a downfall. Hopefully it's not quiet to the public.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
I think Gamer Blitzful will struggle because he's someone that is loyal to a fault. Like, he gave me my FLS win when I was clearly like the clear-cut winner. So I think he is loyal. He even knows that. So I think that's what's the good.
He knows that he's a good player.
No, he knows that he's loyal to a fault. Like, he knows that he does things that he probably shouldn't.
Hey, that's me.
Stop. But I hope he doesn't do so. I hope he sees that, and I'm trying to change that. But I think he can do well.
There's nothing wrong with loyalty. There's no reason you have to change loyalty.
You're not loyal, but okay.
Okay. We can disagree about if I'm loyal or not, but it's not about me. I feel in a cast like this, you cannot be quiet. This is not a cast who's quiet. And if he's quiet, he's gone. That's just really the only thing with him, is that he's a good player, but he's too quiet. And if he doesn't speak up, I'm not going to save him.
Jeremy and Dragon, neither one of you will ever get on because you guys are been two pussy cunts, and I don't know why, but you guys.
Can you focus on what we're talking about? It's not just go off.
No, I am. It's just that they were they quote unquote really wanted to get on, but clearly not. And that's at Sir Dragon and at Jeremy H. Likes Food. So,
they find him here.
And I don't want to leave me by himself.
That quick speak, and then he went back on mute. Hi, Jeremy. Do you feel like Gamer can win this game?
No, I don't see that really happening at all.
I see him going to the finals.
That might be true, but I don't see him really get past third place.
Anybody can get past third place. Look at me.
Everything is not about you.
Everything is not about me, but you keep making it. Okay, so let's move on to Best K War NG. Now, he doesn't have anything in his little bio thing because he's in the UK, so he's asleep, so he didn't get to give me anything. But like I said earlier, I call him Floater because every freaking game that me and Emmanuel is in, he's a floater. And that's just how it is. His name is Emmanuel. Let me just put that there. Talk about him before I type this.
I used to play a lot with Emmanuel.
Huh?
I said I used to play a lot with him. How good is he? I don't know. Really, I don't think he's gonna do that well.
He's not. I'm sorry.
I think he'll be an early boot.
If anyone needs to be coached, it's him and Jack. And most definitely him. I mean, there's nothing wrong about him. I know he's gonna listen to this and he's gonna come to me. He's gonna be mad at me or whatever.
Give me like 2 minutes. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, I can talk by myself. But I just know that Emmanuel, he talks big game, but not a lot of big game, and he doesn't do anything. And that's just I've played multiple games with him, and he wants to play the game, but he does not do anything. And if that's gonna be you, who every single game is like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but then you float and you sheep, then why do you keep saying you want to do this, you want to do that when you're not going to do it? That just shows that what type of game player you are. You're all talk, but you're all sheep at the same time. And I don't like sheep. So, whoever gets him under their belt, whoever is his Maribel Pete, or that's her name, Maribel Pete, good to them. They got my support because he's a sheep and he will be easy to get under control. Shut up. Jeremy, care to say anything? I saw that when you went on mute. This kills me. Okay, well, while we wait for Kenny, we will go on to the next one while I'm talking by myself because Jeremy is leaving me out to dry. Next one is Margaret. Well, I know nothing about Margaret, but I'm very interested to see about Margaret. She also lives somewhere where she's asleep right now, which is why she has nothing under her bio. But please, Jeremy, can you talk? Because I really don't want to be talking about myself, and I'm sure you know Margaret.
Okay, fine.
Do you know Margaret?
Not really. I met her last night when we were playing DCG's game together, and we were just talking about like if she's gonna get into ZBB or not, and she said that she probably wouldn't. So I guess she did, obviously, but she seems pretty nice. I didn't talk to her that much, and I haven't seen her play.
She's coming to the game unknown, or at least to a vast amount of people. I don't have no clue who she is. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue for her, but it's not going to be a big issue because it really doesn't matter if you're not known or you're known or not. What?
Yeah.
What, Kenny?
Hello.
Hello, Kenny.
What are we talking about?
We're on Margaret, and we're talking about if her being unknown is going to be an issue.
I mean, it shouldn't be because if you're like well known, then you have, of course, you have supporters, but you also have people that will evict you no matter what. So I think being unknown could also help you because people will actually give you a shot if you ever go up. So I don't think it'll be that big of an issue unless she goes up like back to back or something.
Do you have any encounters with Margaret in her time on Super, Kenny?
I played one game with her and I wasn't really that active, so.
You weren't active or she wasn't?
I wasn't active. I think she could do well. She's not like I don't know for sure, but we'll see. I guess.
I like the underdogs. And I think that she is definitely one of the underdogs of the season.
She is. She is.
What about to say, Jeremy?
She has the second most rating on her blog for the ZBB14, and those usually get a lot, but hers is second, right behind Connor. So
Who cares about the blogs though? I mean, I just feel like people blog to blog, and I really hate the ZB. Oh my gosh, I got in blog, but
don't be a dick.
It's not being a dick if you're just talking about your feelings. Do I see her winning the game? She has a long way to come to win the game, but you never know because, like I said earlier, and Kenny can debate, in the past 2 seasons that have been completed, 2 underdogs got second place, and they were this close to winning.
Please get over yourself,
Kenny.
Like,
shush, Kenny.
Everything is not about you, so please get over yourself.
Well, Jeremy said it himself, so Jeremy can agree that he was an underdog this season and he got second place. Markowitz, she can be the underdog this season, and she can better herself and get first place. You never know. She has to play a good game. Now, I'll always think of myself as an underdog, no matter what you will say. Next person is Arceus, which he just sent me his thing. I didn't get the chance to change that, so hold on. Do any of you guys know Arceus?
No.
Okay. Well, let me just. Oh dang! What the heck is a god Pokemon? Well,
Darkrai.
I know nothing about Arceus, but from his bio, he seems that he's the fun, nerdy type of fun. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd because I'm a nerd, but I no clue on who he is, but he is another underdog. And as a personal person of who was hoping to get casted, I was angry because I'm like, who the heck is he? Because I compared him to Aether because I didn't know who the heck Aether was. What do you feel about him being casted, Kenny, in Germany? Hello.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, thank you.
I think he seems like a good person. I haven't seen him play ever, but I guess he's been around the site for a while. So yeah, he joined in 2013.
2013, okay. That's a long.
Yeah. He could be an underdog, but he's gonna need to get some public support in order to survive some nominations. So
hold on. Damn, Rob Jock. Public support is going to be his best friend in this game because I really don't even know if anyone knows him. If they do know him, that's good on his part that he has some support, but the best thing that he can get going is not get nominated so early because people are ruthless, and if they don't know him and he's nominated early, they'll be like, you know what? We don't really care for him. Let's save our faves and let's vote him out. And for me, not really knowing him, I want to give him a chance. I want to get to know who he is. So I do not want him to go out early, and I do fear if he goes up early, he will go out early. Kenny, are you around? No, he's not.
I agree with that though, because if you're not very well known, if you go up for 16th or 15th even, maybe 14th, then you're probably going to get evicted because you're not well known. But unless he can like get some support through like how Britt did it last season, she made those like GIF or GIF blogs.
Britt really did herself justice when she showed her son and her family. That did herself justice. If Arceus can make a vlog or do some vlog that really brings the public behind him, he's got himself a long way. Maybe to the win, maybe not to the win, but you just need one thing to get that public to get behind your back. Britt, all she had to do was her son had to make like a pretend he was a lion, and everyone like Jake P was like, "Oh my gosh, Britt, you're a queen!" Like I mean, it's not that hard to get the public behind you because Super is all about this iconic crap. So I'm interested to see what he does. Let's see. To our next housemate, which a lot of people apparently he's got the worst backlash. Saying a lot of people in the Uber chat today said that he would be the first one gone. And a lot of people were just mad when he got casted. And I really haven't played one single game with him, and I talked to him a little bit before today. You've played with Swish before, have you, Jeremy?
I think I played a couple of games with him. I remember he was hosting this like Idol Island game, and the prize was VIP. And like a week and a half into it, he left Zuber and came back like a couple weeks later. And like the game was canceled, but he did say he applied because like his old account was like Marmor40, and he did apply for like season 2.
I know Marmar. Okay. He got a little bit of things there. I know him. I did see that though, that he has been applying for a lot of seasons now. And I mean, I feel bad for people who just apply and never get casted, because I like only applied twice and I got casted on the second time I applied. And so it kind of sucks. I mean, it sucks for the people who really want to play the game and they get overlooked. And so it's good that he's finally getting his chance. But the way that he's getting backlash already, I do fear for him. You have any idea why he's getting the backlash that he is?
I don't really like pay attention to like his stuff, but I know that a lot of people don't like him because they just think he's like rude to people. But in the like couple times I've talked to him, he's been pretty nice.
Rude to people? Have you met the Zuper people? All these people on Zuper are rude. It's like every single person on Zuper is rude. They have an opinion. Even Peach is rude. I know you listen to Peach, and you literally just roasted me in the Zuper chat. So, like, oops, crap. I want to hope that Swish can overcome this little Zuper hate, but the way that he's getting this backlash is like how Runaways got backlash last season, and it didn't end good for Runaways.
I think he's gonna try and have to stay off the block, just like Arceus or whoever, if he wants to survive, because he needs to build up that support. And if he's nominated early, that won't work too well for him.
If anything, though, I think Arceus has a way better shot than Swish.
Yeah.
He does. And I hope that Swish can actually just play a good game and say suck it to all the people who doubted him, because that would be good. And I'm very interested to see how coaches will actually play out, and how this coaches incorporate into a season like this, and if whoever gets him as their coach, how they coach him. Because whoever is coaches, you really need to take the game seriously as the players and really take part in their game. If Swish is not doing good, coaches, whoever's his coach, you need to make him do good, because I feel like coaches will get a prize at the end or something for if their team wins or whatever, and Swish needs help. He needs help. Is that you breathing, Jeremy?
No.
Kid, is that you? Yeah, okay, someone's literally breathing so slow. All right, moving on to the final housemate of season 14, Harley Quinn, aka Lance. I just got done playing the game with Lance. Same thing as Congo Wongo. I played like a quick game with him for 23 days, and then he voted me out. And that's that of me and Lance. I have no clue who he is. I never even really paid attention to Harley Quinn on Super. I've rarely seen Harley Quinn around. Have you, Jeremy?
I think I'm pretty sure he has like three accounts, but one thing about him is that not like an hour after the keys were revealed, he posted that like I've noticed that I'm not getting much support and he wanted to know how he can get more support like an hour in. So I think he kind of worries too much about like you can
A
worry
lot of
like about
a
the
lot of
public
people
support, but
feel
an hour in
unpopular.
he was like trying to like question people like how could I do better in the game?
And
Didn't
yeah,
even
I mean,
start.
that's understandable. A lot of people are unpopular and they're scared. And the fact that coaches comes in after the first eviction, which means for these next 2 days or 2 or 3 days, however long it takes, they're all by themselves. So obviously he's scared and he has no one really to talk to, so he wants advice. And I mean, you don't have to force popularity. Popularity in the game of ZBB comes when it comes. And
Yeah,
so I don't think he has anything to worry about. I think that people are actually cheering for him. But I don't know. I, I don't know why, but he seems like an Amy. You play with Amy on last season. And not like Amy like who will just give up at the end and quit Final 3, but I feel like he can go to Final 3 and he can play a game like how Amy played her game. And that's, I don't know, it's just he just gives me that vibe from the talks that we did have.
I think he has the potential, but so far he's been getting like a lot of backlash like already because even on the blog that I mentioned, um, like Puffs, Pidu said something. Pidu said something good though. Puff said something like, "Take your teeth out. I want Super to see you as I saw you that day." Sheraton said, "If you get the win, will you agree to get your vocal cords removed?" All of that stuff. Um, so I think just a lot of people don't like him, but I haven't really seen him. Like I haven't talked to him one on one, so I'm not really one to judge.
I think that's gonna, but I don't know really. Popularity is just when it comes to game like ZBB. And there's a lot of people in this game that I do know, and there's people in this game that I don't know. And that kind of will be the same for a lot of the public. They know a lot of people in this game, and they don't know some. And Harley Quinn may be one of those people that they don't know. And so for the people that are not really well known, they have a lot to work on. They have a lot to gain support of. But the fact that it's not just one person, it's not just two people, it's like 4 to 5 people, they got a chance to stand out over the other 4. And that's a good thing. And I think that Harley is someone who will take up that chance. For sure. And I'm very interested to
Yeah.
see.
I think I'm going through his blogs right now, and apparently he was in ZBB5.
He played the game,
Um,
did he? That's what you're saying?
yeah, I'm trying to find stuff, but I think he did. I'll look in it.
Hold on. I'm trying also. Because if he did, then that's good on his part. Who was his other accounts?
I don't know the name of it. It was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yes, he said that this is his second shot at the game. He didn't
Yeah.
say what game he played before, but this is his second chance. So that means something. He played the game before. He has a little bit of support, so probably people do know who he is, and it's going to that plays in for the vets. That if I knew that, that's a whole other different thing. Vets, when you're a vet, that plays into the game. So that's good on his part that he has some. But there goes that. That's the entire cast. Let me just go one through the pictures. I actually like this cast this season. Do you like this cast, Jeremy?
Yeah, I like this cast. I think it's good that there's like coaches. I think the people who casted did a good job with that because a lot of these people do need like some coaching. Oh, I found Harley Quinn was his old username.
Without the E.
I don't know. I'm trying to see when he got evicted. Oh, he got evicted first.
Oh, so he's another Andrew.
Yeah, in ZBB5.
ZBB5. Okay. So, I mean, it's a second chance for him, definitely. It's just like Andrew, how Andrew he's getting his second chance. Harley Quinn is getting his second chance, and I'm very interested to see on that. The coaches theme, speaking of coaches, like, if coaches didn't have some type of power in this game, it wouldn't be called ZBB14 coaches. It would just be ZBB14, and the twist this season is coaches. But no, they're labeling it coaches. So the coaches has power in this game. In my opinion, they're the important people of this game. And what they do is going to definitely leave a mark in the game. And I'm very interested in seeing how coaches go through.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the coaches are going to be good too and like help the people a lot. Who do you think
Yeah, I was
like
going to get
can be
there.
a coach?
Yeah, you've seen the apps, and I said it a lot today, is that one of the coaches is very obvious. I personally don't want him to be a coach, maybe because I'm having a little bit of beef with him, but Jake P97 is an obvious coach.
He's obviously a coach.
He's obvious. He's played the game twice. He's come from playing a good game in ZBB9 to coming back in ZBB10 and correcting his wrongs and winning. That's a good coach. The other coaches, I'm not really that equipped in my ZBB history, but I think that Alice and the kid, they have good chances of being coaches. The fact that it moved from 4 coaches to 5 coaches, that gives me a little bit of hope that maybe I could be a coach. But I mean, the coaches on my part is that I was an underdog in some eyes, and I've used what I could to win the game. But that isn't not really win. I didn't win to get further in the game. Sorry, but if that may not be looked on upon as really a coach material like some other people, so you never really know, and that's what it's going to come into is whoever is casting the season, Doodle or Trishy, what do they think a coach is? Why do they think these people deserve to be a coach? What do they bring to the table, you know?
Yeah.
But I do feel that the people from the applications, there are qualified people to coach a cast like this. And this is a qualified cast that needs to be coached.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we are going to now end this broadcast. Thank you, Jeremy, for coming and finally speaking halfway through. Because you didn't really get to say anything on the other people, do you want to say something real quick on everyone? Or whoever you like?
Okay. I think I have like something with all the cast, so I'll like real quick. Well, the people I really want to do well are like Mix, Studa, and where's he, Tim? Because like I know all of them and I know they're all really good players. Like my pick to win is early, but probably Studa because I've played before and she's like really, really good game player. I know Work, he's funny, but he's gonna need to be probably coached on like how he comes off to the public because a lot of people like think he's kind of like annoying, but like I don't really think he's annoying. So maybe that TJ Doggy Style, I'm glad he's back because he had to leave season 11.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, the other stuff I agree with.
Yeah. Well, thank you for those who did turn in, and thank you for, it kind of went over the hour that we were aiming, but we did still hit it. Thank you for those who turned in. I'm very excited for this season, and hopefully you guys are also, and hopefully you continue watching the thing. Hopefully I get more people to actually be here and be active and talk. And if you want to be on a panel, you can. You just gotta message me and talk, and not be like Jeremy and wait to the end of the show to talk, and or be like Kenny and go to sleep through halfway of the show. But the next episode will most likely be after the first eviction. So because that's when the coaches will be revealed and the teams will be revealed, and then we have more to talk about. And when that happens, then I'll decide on how the rest of the episodes go. But thank you for those who are watching and who are still watching, and may this be a good season. Hopefully this is a good season. We deserve a good season, and this better deliver. But until then, good night.